Next up is the one and only Lena Hyena.
She smiles, half smiles like crescent moons that bloom from the corners of her lips, and her voice sings to the tune of blue moon jazz melodies, though she never sings a song. And when she approaches the microphone, the light's glare shields her eyes from crying. Ink that has already bled on the paper she carries, and though her paper weighs ounces, her words hit like tons of bricks. Spit lip glossed venom darted from lips that would be so willing to kiss love if he would promise not to spit in her face again. And even if he repeated his hurtful actions, she really wants to trust him, but she bruises easily. Not because she's sensitive, but because she's brave. Brave enough to go back and sit at the bar where he first made her love drunk and look in the face of his new lover to remind herself how she was love-struck to begin with, and hopes his new love can see the scars she carries from the times he struck her with insensitivity, because she would never actually let him put his hands on her, but his abuse was just enough to make her wonder if his mistakes were intentional. But his touch always left subliminal messages laden with false promises like always and forever. I promise to never, and she always found herself covered in soft kisses, and in bliss she let him touch her every secret without even realizing it. But his wandering eyes always seemed to miss the words between the lines, because the lines of her curves covered like loose clothing her soul. So she would spill her soul out in words on her t-shirts and tattoos, but he never read the directions. So she writes. And when she writes, she whips us like the dominatrix she is, because too many times she plays submissive to insecure lovers, and when she writes a poem, she would lie on beds of nails because her back itches, and the braille on her back are tongue-licked stitches from past lovers' cat of nine tails, and she isn't sure how she always fell for their tall tales. She knew from the beginning they only wanted a piece of tail. But she always volunteered to be the guinea pig for love's tricks of illusion, because the swords were fake and no one was ever sawed in half. But damn it, everyone she loved were amateurs, because they always seemed to slice her heart down the middle. So before she writes, she dips her pen in the puddle of blood that spurted from the pulmonary, and every preliminary poem was inked with poison, because when she's pissed, she's venomous. But she always seems to give away the antidote, because she doesn't actually want her victims to die. She just wants them to realize that she could have her pound of flesh served up on a platter. But the fact of the matter is she doesn't feel like carrying it around, because ground beef isn't pretty to look at. And despite the obvious, she believes that somewhere there is a happy ending. So she maps her bloodstains on paper in hopes that forensic evidence will help her solve this caper. And when she writes, she lights her shot glass on fire before she drinks for the hell of it. And if looks could kill, buckshot would fill the chest of every potential lover before they had a chance to kiss her. But she looks at the audience in the eye and doesn't blink the trigger, because she figures she can still forgive. And I'm not sure how far love can push her before she really snaps, because she has this unique ability to heal herself. But right now she smiles these half smiles like crescent moons that bloom from the corners of her lips, and shows us her scars in this smoky lit room, because you see everything under the black lights. And when she steps away from the mic, she closes that door to her soul. And we go back to guessing that she's okay, but I just want her to speak another poem before she exits the stage. In fact, I need her to speak another poem. Even if her words kill me, I would gladly endure the pain of another poem, because she sings to the tune of blue moon jazz melodies, though I've never actually heard a song. But the way she shows her scars, it's beautiful.